Welcome back YouTube, it's Derek again, back here to discuss two major events that came through last weekend. We had BSF Rosemont and BSF Germany, so we're gonna go again, see what topped, and yeah, shout out to Fuzzy, Paradox again for all the pie charts, and to Solomon and Commander Jaime for all the info on what topped. All the socials in the description, so make sure you follow those channels and all of their profiles. Cool, so the first event that we're going to talk about is Rosemont Premium. So all the Rosemont events cut to top 8, whereas the Germany ones cut to top 4. So here we can see, I guess, a different, distribution of clans, so to say, in comparison to what we saw in the last 2 weeks in Cali and Antwerp. So this regionals, we see more Grand Blues, we still see a significant amount of Pale Moon at 4, and then a whole bunch of other ones. So 3 Narakamis, 2 Royals, 2 Genesis, and only 2 Mega Colony, where one of them was a pure Giraffe deck and one was Order Colony. So we don't see very much of that in this particular region. And then a whole bunch of one-offs, 1 Shadows, 1 Gear, 1 Bermuda, 1 Tachikaze, 1 Great Nature, and 1 Kagero. So definitely see that Grand Blue seems to be a fan favorite, and I think majority of the top teams ended up bringing that along with dolls. So I guess we get to suspect a lot of decks, a lot of team compositions bring Grand Blue and Pale Moon as, I guess, their staple too, in comparison to something like Antwerp, where we see the staples being Pale Moon and Order Colony. So seeing the top 4 teams that top, so Overtriggers for the win, and this comp was pretty spicy. 1 Jewel Knight, 1 Grand Blue, and 1 Vanquisher. And then second team was the McCrib is back with 1 Minerva, 1 Nightmare Doll, and 1 Grand Blue. A very meta team comp right there. And then my boys, Kevin Cho, Stephen Lee, and Albert Huang. WCC Demseki bringing Minerva, Nightmare Doll, and Order Colony. And then the spicy 4th place with Big Belly, if I'm not mistaken, Spino Driver, and Giraffe. So that 4th place team is a lot of spice. So congratulations to all the teams that topped. And yeah, we can definitely see lots of Nightmare Doll, lots of Grand Blue, lots of Regalia, but not very many Order Colonies in this distribution. And then I think on the same day we also had standard top 8 for Rosemont. So unfortunately we didn't get the last team, and I heard that there were 2 teams that were disqualified. So unfortunate for them. So if you guys have the remaining 3 decks, feel free to let me know, post in the comments, and then we'll update this pie chart for Fuzzy. But yeah, this one is something I so much so expected across all the regions. A prevalent number of Barrow Magnus. So this regional had 4 Barrow Magnus and 4 Gravidia. So that means that half the teams had either one of these 2 in their team composition, which is pretty insane. And then 3 Prism, but only 2 Magnolia, which is really, really surprising because Magnolia seems to be like a staple pick in the meta at the moment, but we don't actually see that many Magnolia for Rosemont. And then there's 2 Nirvana, 2 Bruce, 1 Orphus, 1 Loro, 1 Bavsagra, 1 Flagberg, and then obviously the 3 missing teams. So checking out the top 4 teams. So I'm Sorry Little One brought Barrow, Gravidia, and Prison. Second place was a Flagberg, Nirvana, and a Gravidia, the Monkey. And then third place team with Quartre Knights, Magnolia, Barrow, and Prison. And then 4th team was Meta Dragons with Gravidia, Bruce, and Nirvana. So Rosemont seems to like Barrow a lot, more so than Magnolia, which is a little bit weird. But yeah, I would have thought there'd be way more Magnolia, but it seems like a lot of people prefer Barrow Magnus. And to me personally, I do prefer Barrow Magnus because it's a quicker deck than what Magnolia is. It pops off on grade 3, whereas Magnolia kind of has to wait an extra turn to kind of, be at its full power. And same with Gravidia, I think. So a lot of these teams opted to play a faster lineup, which is, yeah, as you can see, a different trend, so to say, in comparison to something like Cali and Antwerp. And then day 2, we had V Premium top 8, an absolute dominance of Bermuda Triangle. So 6 Bermuda Triangles. I think there was like a few other builds, so predominantly Prism, but there was like 1 Mirror and 1 Ange in the pie chart there, and then a few other clans, so to say, Grand Blue, Gold Paladin, 2 Kageros, 2 Genesis, 1 Shadows, 1 Darker Regs, 1 DP, 1 Royal, 1 Link Joker, 1 Narukami, 1 Nobutamai, and 1 Aquaforce. So huge variety there, very, very diverse, but we can definitely see a prevalent number of Bermuda Triangles just taking it, whether it's Prism or not. Yeah, 4 of them being Prism, so half the teams brought Prism. Pretty insane. So the top 4 teams was actually won by a team that did not bring Prism. So Water Gang, I think this was Mark Doe. So he came first with his team, bringing Night Rose, Ange, and Thavas. So congratulations there. They didn't give me a name. Came second with Shiranui, Spectral Duke, and Prism. Third place was Infinite Mogo Gates with Prism, Vanquisher, and Messiah. And then fourth place was Sussy Barker with Mia, Gurguit, and Thingsaver. So a lot of old names that we didn't really see for like a year or so, just popping up, like the Mir, the Shiranui, the Thavas. So yeah, very, very creative. So congratulations to all of those people who decided to bring anything but Prism. So yeah, pretty exciting, pretty spicy, definitely a whole shake in comparison to what we kind of expect in the V Premium metagame with like Night Rose, your traditional Prisms. And yeah, I'm surprised I don't see a lot more of like Genesis or Astropods. But yeah, very good. Congratulations to everybody. And then we're going to cover BSF Germany. So all these events are cut to top 4. So BSF Germany top 4 standard was 3 Magnolia, 3 Gravidia, 2 Barrow, 1 Prison, 1 Nirvana, 1 Bastion, 1 Laura. So it seems Europe really likes Magnolia in comparison to Rosemont, because we only saw 2 in Rosemont, whereas here 3 out of the 4 teams brought Magnolia, 3 out of the 4 teams brought Gravidia, and then, you know, 2 Barra Magnus, you know, half the teams brought Barra Magnus, which is pretty crazy because we saw no Barra Magnus in the first 2 weeks, and now Barra's, you know, jumping back. And then jumping to the distributions of the top 4 team compositions. So Key is coming first with Gravidia, Magnolia, and Nirvana. Second was Tirishe Buttermark. Yeah, I definitely botched that one. With Prison, Loro, and Magnolia. Third was No Horny Bonk Squad with Barrow, Gravidia, and Magnolia. And then Over Trigger to pass. Fourth place with Gravidia, Barrow, and Bastion. I do love the third and fourth comp, especially the third comp. That is definitely a composition that I would bring. 2 fast decks and Magnolia. Decks that pop up on grade 3 can pretty much deal with a lot of the metagame. So yeah, congratulations to everybody there. And then I think day 1 also consisted of V Premium. So top 4 V Premium, 3 Prisms, 2 Raging Form, 2 Night Rose, 2 Genesis, a split in Himiko and Astropods, 1 Chaos Breaker, 1 Aquaforce, and 1 Chronojet. And then the winning team was Solemn again for his 3rd medal. So congratulations Solemn, Jay, and Mo, taking the same composition that they brought to Antwerp. So Prism, Astropods, and Night Rose. Second place was Rulebook with Raging Form, Chronojet, and Prism. Third was Savage Evolution with Chaos Breaker, Himiko, and Maelstrom, a very obscure lineup. And then fourth place was Le Conciel with Prism, Night Rose, and Raging Form. I think Raging Form seems to be this deck that keeps popping up. So I really want to see how the numbers evolve for Raging Form, but obviously, you know, your Night Roses, your Prisms are just going to be, you know, dominating the meta. But Raging Form seems to be popping up here and there, a lot in, I think it was Cali, and a few in Antwerp as well. So hopefully we see those numbers jump up a bit. but we can definitely see that Raging Form is doing really, really well. And then day 2 was premium, so 3 Nightmare Dolls, 2 Order Colonies, 2 Minervas or Regalias, 1 Beatrice, 1 Luard, denoted by Morfessa there, 1 Eradicator, 1 NLK Barrow Magnus, and 1 Hanzo, which is really, really surprising. And then the top 4 distribution is Solemn again for his 4th medal, so congratulations Solemn. Seems to be doing really well the moment he took off his glasses. So same team composition, Order Colony, Regalia and Nightmare Doll. 2nd place was Le Concierge with Order Colony, Eradicator and Beatrice. 3rd place was Offline Gaming with Luard, NLK Barrow and Nightmare Doll. And then 4th place was Rulebook with Hanzo, Minerva and Nightmare Doll. I'm curious to see the match report for that Hanzo player. Probably need to do a bit of digging for that. But yeah, really, really interested to see how well that Hanzo player did. But yeah, very meta-like lineups here. Very consolidated in comparison to something like Rosemont, where you had your big bellies, your Spino drivers. Nothing too super obscure. I think just the Hanzo here is really the outlier. So congratulations to all the teams. And that's pretty much it for the recap this week. I don't think there is another Springfest this weekend, so we have a hiatus period. So I think the next one will be Portugal, if I'm not mistaken. So that's standard and V premium. So we'll cover that in 2 weeks time, but just letting you guys know, there will be another video coming out. So stay tuned, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think of all these meta-analysis. Do I need to include anything, how to improve? If you guys like the decks that you're seeing, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace.